Hello.
Yeah, please, everyone, can you? Okay, I know what to do. Okay, I think we are good to go now. I've got it. We are good to go now. All right. Making noise there again, oh. Who is making noise there again, oh? Ayo. Okay, that is Ayo. Mute now. Okay. Okay, so please don't unmute yourself so that we can get a smooth ride. Okay, so bioenergized water helps the body against what? Against paralysis, stroke, acute menstrual pain, and arthritis. It energizes the body, regulates blood sugar level, and reduces the possibility of high blood pressure. How this can be done, or how bioenergized water is able to do this, we're going to see briefly. Now, it also enhances and improves the bowel compatibility of water molecules, improving the transport of nutrients into our body cells and effectively removing toxins. So what do we mean? Water comes into the body and is able to perform the full essence of what it's supposed to do, because the type of water coming into the body is a re-engineered water. It's a water that is meant to perform its purpose to the highest level. All right, it's able to go through the molecules. It's able to transport nutrients, from the food we eat into the cells, and it's able to remove toxins also effectively from the cell. Toxins are like waste. The cells, they are fed and they also excrete waste. Okay. Now, bioenergized water envelopes our environment and body with a protective layer of positive energy to avoid damages from electromagnetic radiation. We call it A-small. Now, the water has energy. That's why we say it's bioenergized. The energy aspect of the water operates from the energy feed. Every human being has an energy feed. The energy feed is different from just the physical body, because when we look at our body, around our body, there are energy radiations. For example, when you put your two hands together and you rub them very fast and very hard, you discover that when you bring it out, the sky will be hot. Rubbing them together, the sky will be hot. You are able to generate electricity by rubbing those your two palms together. And when you bring it together, you take it closer and bring it back, you feel that there is something like sticking your hands together, something magneting your hand, like magnetic force. So bioenergized water has that type of similar energy content in the water. So bioenergized water envelopes our environment and our body with a protective layer of positive energy to avoid damages from electromagnetic radiation. We call it the E-small. Now, this radiation comes from the phone we use, comes from different radiation, electromagnetic radiations, from microwave, from different stuff. All right. Now, what you need to do is to take a bottle of bioenergized water, and you see that your entire body is enveloped and has a protective or a protection from negative energy that damages your cells. Take note of that. The energy aspect of the bioenergized water. Okay. Now, elements that are found in bioenergized water. What are the elements that are found in bioenergized water? We have manganese oxide, we have zinc gluconate, we have selenium proteinate, we have chromium proteinate, we have betaine hydrochloride, we have L-cysteine hydrochloride. Now, these are some of the minerals, the nutrients found in bioenergized water. Now, these are found in complex spectrums of components in the water. Now, let us take those ingredients one by one so that we're able to know when we say bioenergized water is able to do that, it's able to do this, it's able to take care of diabetes, it's able to reduce the sugar level in the body, it's able to reduce high blood pressure, it's able to solve insomnia problem. Now, why is it able to do all this? What is the scientific backing behind the capacity of this water to able to render these services that we are so confident in? That is why we are marketing it. Now, it's because of what is inside. Water is a living thing. It's a living thing, and it has minerals, it has nutrients inside. Some water don't have these spectrums of nutrients and minerals. Some waters are empty. Some water are dead water. Some water, apart from being alkaline, it has this following broad spectrums minerals that makes it able to do what we say it does. Now we'll take them one by one. These elements, what is their function? Some of us may not know this before, but now you are going to know why this water is able to do it, because of this spectrum. This is the secret behind bioenergized water ability to handle most ailments, making it a healing water. Now, uses of manganese oxide. Now, manganese oxide is known for its capacity to be able to improve the functions of muscles. Your muscles, you flex your muscles. Your muscle is what is responsible for able to carry load, lift objects. And your bones, the function of muscles and bones. All right?
You're using the wrong video.
Yes. Please, you can mute yourself. We don't want any interruption. Okay? Okay, I get you muted. Okay, now, bioenergized water has manganese oxide. Now, the function of manganese oxide, okay, we're going too fast now. Let's go back. Let's go back. All right. Now, the function of manganese oxide is to help improve the function of muscles and bones. 2, to relieve heartburn and indigestion. All right. Manganese oxide helps for relieving heartburn and indigestion. It is used to reduce stomach acid. All right. Generally, everybody has a measure of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. It is put there by God to help improve metabolism. But we discover that acid content sometimes increases above its normal level. There's a certain level that is supposed to operate in. Sometimes it goes beyond that. Then we have what we call acidosis, excess acid in the stomach. Now, that is why people develop what we call stomach ulcer, especially people who have blood group O, people with blood group O positive, blood group O negative. They have the tendency of developing stomach ulcer, duodenal ulcer, peptic ulcer, all right? Now, because of the tendency of the excess production of hydrochloric acid in the stomach, all right? Now, manganese oxide helps to reduce stomach ulcer, all right? So when you take our water, it reduces, help to reduce acid or help to reduce stomach ulcer. This is one of the reasons, one of the secrets why it's able to do it, all right? Now, it helps to fight inflammation. Inflammation, manganese oxide helps to fight inflammation. Inflammation is a simple reaction that takes place in any part of the human organ or human system due to free radical activity. Free radical activity. Now, when the body is trying to come to a state of homeostasis, the body operates at a dynamic equilibrium. But sometimes, due to some infringement, somebody has a bruise, someone has a fall, or somebody has taken something inside a system that is not supposed to be there. It's poisonous. It's toxic. Now the body starts to fight against that thing. Because the body immune system is very, resilient. When it sees, substance, that is trying to invade the normal function of the body is trying to fight back. So in the process of fighting, there's this reaction called inflammation. Sometimes it develops to boil. There's heat. So inflammation is very risky on the long term because it can develop to something that can be cancerous, carcinogenic, because when you keep fighting for a long time, the cells start multiplying abnormally, All right. So this manganese oxide helps to fight inflammation. It lowers blood pressure also. You know, in the process, it helps with insomnia. All right. It's a wonderful, ingredient in the water. Now, uses of zinc gluconate, which is one of the ingredients in the water. Now, since the body does not store zinc, the human body does not store zinc. Your body stores carbohydrates. It stores some other, nutrients and minerals. But these micronutrients called zinc, the body does not store it, and it is very important. It is needed regularly. It is needed daily. For you to turn your eyes left and right, you need zinc. For you to be able to have feeling, when you put your hand on a hot spot and you feel that pot is hot, it is zinc that coordinates the activity, that helps you, to pull your hand out, that, this thing is hot. It is zinc that helps you to taste. So it is needed regularly. So lack of zinc can reduce the ability to taste food. Recently, during this COVID-19 times, you just got people who are positive. They don't have taste. Their taste bud is gone. They taste food, they don't have the taste, right? Because this zinc, this mineral that is very important, the microorganism, the virus attacks it and destroys it in the DNA, all right? So lack of zinc can reduce the ability to taste and ability of the testes and the ovary. That means the reproductive organ of male and female to function properly. All right. Now, lack of zinc can lead to stunted growth. If you lack zinc for a long time and you develop and you are pregnant as a woman and you deliver, the child may not grow. The child may be a dwarf. The child may not grow well. So diarrhea of children and slow wound healing is also lack of zinc as a result of lack of zinc ingested. Now, it is good for respiratory tract infection. So that means to say this water that we are trying to project, we're trying to market, we're trying to let people know that has zinc gluconate in it, has a very good, ability to attack, to fight against respiratory tract infection. And COVID-19 is a thing of respiration. So while we are wearing our masks, sometimes we wash our masks with a soap, and those soap, they have a lot of chemicals, and we wear the mask again. We keep inhaling toxic into our system, and that could be very dangerous. So when you take zinc, for example, what it does, it helps to strengthen the respiratory tract and fight against respiratory infection. Colds, it fights against cold, ringing in the ears, malaria, and eye disease. That's why we say you can put some of the water, bioenergized water, on the eyes. If you have eyes problem, you can drop it in the morning and drop it in the evening. If the eyes have not done operation, there have not been operation done on it. It's good against malaria. It's good against those who have ringing in the ear. You drop some, you hold it a minute, you turn your ears backwards and pour it out. Okay, so these are some of the ingredients that makes the water unique. Zinc. Okay, now we'll go into the next one. Uses of selenium proteinate. Selenium proteinate. Now, selenium proteinate is an element that we call an antioxidant. Now, it protects the heart. It protects the heart. Selenium is very good for heart. Those who have high blood pressure, those who have problem with the heart, selenium is very good. It protects against heart disease. It prevents mental decline. So it also helps to make sure your brain functions properly. You don't just forget things. Selenium can help you to remember things, especially if you also take, ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba is also a good one. So, but selenium helps for the heart, helps for the mind, and it's important for thyroid function. Thyroid function is a master gland that regulates every other gland in the body. Some people feel cold every time cold. It's because the thyroid gland is not functioning properly. All right, but selenium proteinate has the capacity to regulate the thyroid function. Okay, it boosts your immune system also. So selenium is a good immune booster. All right. Now, another element in the water, bioenergized water, is chromium proteinate. Chromium proteinate. Proteinate. All right. Now, what does this do? It has two basic functions. Helps to improve insulin sensitivity. Some people, they eat carbohydrates and they develop excess sugar. Why? Because the pancreas is not able to digest, not able to sense and decode and break down the carbohydrate, solid carbohydrate, to glucose. All right. But when you take chromium proteinate, chromium itself, it helps to improve insulin sensitivity. Insulin is supposed to be spelled INSULEN. All right, insulin sensitivity. Okay, so it enhances also protein, carbohydrate, and lipid metabolism. It enhances protein, carbohydrate, and lipid metabolism. What do we mean by metabolism? The breaking down of protein, the breaking down of carbohydrates, the breaking down of lipids, and the absorption into the body. So it helps with digestion. It helps to break down the food. So when you take it, you see yourself be able to go to the toilet quick, well, because there's proper metabolism due to that particular element that I've just talked about now. Uses of betaine hydrochloride. Betaine hydrochloride is also found in our water. If you look at the bottle, you will see these ingredients there. If you look at our flyer, you'll see these ingredients there. There are some of these reasons why the water is unique for digestion and absorption of most nutrients due to its ability to lower gastric pH. Okay, so there are two things now that helps to lower gastric pH. So this is the second one, betaine hydrochloride, for digestion, absorption of most nutrients due to its ability to lower gastric pH. So it lowers what? Gastric pH. So it is something that we cannot do without. Very, very unique. Our product is complete. Apart from being clean, the water, apart from being clean, apart from being alkaline, apart from being tasteless, apart from it containing heavy metals, it has these components that makes it a medicine. The registration of bioenergized water was done, and it's not registered as water when it was analyzed by NAFDAC. Said no, this cannot be registered as water. It is registered as a food item. Under NAFDAC, bioenergized water from LAFCOD is registered as what? As a food item. Of course, with all these nutrients inside, it's more than water. So that's why it's able to do the job. That's why when somebody asks you, this water is too costly. This water, why is it too expensive? You tell them that this is not just water. This is something like a food supplement. It's like a food supplement. All right. It's medicine. It's medicine. It can prevent most ailments. It can reverse most ailments. It can cure some ailments when you are consistent with it. All right. Now, uses of L-cysteine hydrochloride. That is also another element in the water. Now, what L-cysteine does? L-cysteine is a powerful antioxidant. It's a precursor to glutathione, L-cysteine. When L-cysteine is there, then you are sure of having sorry, our slide has just run so fast. We are going back to where we left. Okay. We talked about biotin. Now we're talking about. I need to mute you. Oh, our Oba is just coming on. You're welcome, sir. All right. So the uses of L-cysteine hydrochloride is part of the elements in the water that we're looking at. All right, because some people, they pick up the energized water and they don't know what it contains. They pick up the water and they don't know what the water contains, and they just think that it's just ordinary water. Okay, why is this water too expensive? Why? 300 naira. No, it is medicinal because of these whole constituents it has. So uses of cysteine hydrochloric is one, it is powerful antioxidant. It's a precursor to glutathione. It helps with chronic respiratory conditions, fertility, and brain health. So you see, one and again, an element that is important for a specific health function, supporting each other. Now, all of the above minerals and nutrients are embedded in their appropriate micro-composition to effect synergy and homeostasis. Take note of that. Now, the formula is scientific. Some may say, it is because of the water has L-cysteine or betaine hydrochloric acid or chromium proteinate, or it has selenium proteinate, or it has zinc gluconate, or it has magnesium ozide. That is why this water is great. So I will go and buy manganese. I will go and buy glucose selenium. No. Now, all of these have been scientifically, put together in their correct micro units. Magnesium is not too much. Selenium is not too small. Biotin, hydrochloric acid is not excess. But all of them in their correct spectrums are inside the water to be able to produce the synergy or energy that we're talking about, all right? So we're having a product here that is unique. And when we say this water can do this or this water can do that, it has the capacity to do it because it has those following ingredients. It has those following ingredients that have those following capacity or abilities to be able to produce those effects in the body, in the human body, all right? So as I said before, all the above minerals and nutrients are embedded in their appropriate micro composition to effect synergy and homeostasis. Synergy, when you add 1 + 1, it gives you 2, all right? But in the language or in the arithmetic of synergy, you add 1 + 1 and it gives you 3. That is synergy. So when you put this together, what you now have is something that gives you a higher output. That's what we have here, and brings you to a state of homeostasis. Homeostasis means that the body is now balanced, in a state of balance. The whole body is at one. The whole body is cooperating. When there's no cooperation, then the body will be crying. The body will be struggling. Okay? So all of the minerals and nutrients are embedded in this bioenergized water are in appropriate micro composition to effect synergy and homeostasis. All right? Okay. Now, effective measures. We'll go to the next slide now. Effective measures for the proper use of bioenergized water. Some people, they don't know how to use this water. They don't know what to do to make sure this water works very well, produced for them. It is one thing for you to have a cutlass, and it's another thing for you to know how to use it to weed. All right? Now, this water, as it is, as good as it is, there are certain things you must take caution of. One, you must not put the water in a fridge. The water must not be refrigerated because the water has gone through what we call bioengineering, biochemical engineering. The structure of the water has been changed. Now, because it has been changed to suit the best use for the body, once you refrigerate it, you will change the molecular structure of the water. You will destroy the culture. You will destroy the shape of the water. It will not be able to do its function again. And of course, I tell people when we teach hydrotherapy that taking cold water is very bad for your health because your system is designed to operate at a 37 degrees centigrade. All right. When you open the stomach of a cow when it's being butchered, or you open the stomach of a chicken when you are doing justice to it, you discover that it's hot. The temperature is not cold. That is to tell you that your internal system has to operate at a certain degree centigrade. Now, once it is too cold, you change the structure, you change the operational system of the body, and that calls for a lot of ailments. The body has to be warm. The body has to be warm so that it's able to produce what we call the correct operating system for the body to get the appropriate result. Please, I'm on a Zoom call. Call back later. Now, the water should not, the carton of the water should not be left on the bare floor. The carton of the water should not be left on the bare floor. If you leave the water on the bare floor, you will contaminate the structure of the water, because you see that the floor is normally cold, just like you put the water in the fridge. So what is the best thing to do? Like I saw our Oba, Kabia says, Royal Highness. If you get to his office, you see that his old is elevated. It's put on some structure, wooden structure. The same thing here in our office, our water is put on the wooden cabinets so that it's not touching the ground. All right, very, very important. Now the water should not be exposed to direct sunlight for a long time. Of course, there's no way that sun will not hit it, but it should not be exposed to sunlight 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. You just put it and shade it on the sun. No, it should be out of the sun. All right. One, it has a plastic container. That plastic container can dissolve, and thank God our water doesn't stay too long. It has an expiring date on it. The water has an expiring date, and each time you get one, you look at the expiring date and you realize that it's still far away. So, but once you keep exposing it to heat, to sun, you affect the container that the water is in will be affected if you expose it to sun, and particles can start, or molecules can start dissolving into the water from the plastic content, all right? And that can be carcinogenic. So instead of getting the best, you won't get the 100% result. So for us to get the 100% result, we need to follow those instructions. Water should not be exposed to direct sunlight for too long. Don't mix the water with other water. Drink it as it is. It's already a complete therapy in a bottle. What did I say? Bioenergized water is a complete water in a complete therapy in a bottle. So no need to mix it. Drink it as it is. For people with chronic ailment, drink gradually. I used to say that people who are in chronic ailment, you know, the body is congested. You drink gradually and you get wonderful results. Okay? You drink gradually and you get wonderful results. All right. So we'll be going to the question and answer and the testimonies session soon. Thank you for choosing and sharing bioenergized water with your families and friends. Always remember, little drops makes a big difference. It's a good choice. All right. Bioenergized water changes everything, and it is safe for use by everyone. It's safe for use for everyone. Drink to good health. All right. Bioenergized water, complete therapy in a bottle. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the sharing of the training. We want to now go into a section of questions and answers. Then we go into some people among us who have testimonies. The call is not too rich today. Okay, Ayo Atiba was out. All right. We have just about 5 or 7 persons on the call. Now, do we have any new testimonies, or first of all, questions we need to ask from what I've just taught, or challenges you had while you were trying to administer the water, or any complaint whatsoever, so that we're able to trash that out? If you have any question, you signify by sending me a chat or raising up your hand, because some of you, your phones, I can't see your face. Your video is closed. All right. So, but I think everyone is hearing the sound of my voice. If you have a question on the lecture we just had, you can just let us know quickly so that we can go forward. Okay. Any question? Any question? Let me see. Somebody have typed something. 2 shots. Okay. Okay, you can't hear me, but I guess the rest of you can hear me. Lucy, you can't hear me. Can you hear me now, Lucy? Hello, Lucy. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now.
Oh, great. So, but were you hearing during the presentation?
Yeah, I think at the last point.
Okay, the last point.
Yes, sir.
It went off.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
But I'm back.
Good, good, good. So, Ayo Atiba, I guess you are there. Yeah, any question from your angle from the lectures we just given now? Ayo, any question? Okay, Ayo is not there. Let us. I hope we are
fantastic.
Not... Okay, I can hear you now, Ayo.
Fantastic, awesome.
Oh, great, 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 great.
Yes, I can now see that bioenergized water is unlimited to healings.
Very good.
You cannot even quantify the works of it. It's unquantifiable.
Very good.
With this lecture I get today.
Very
but I still have 1 or 2 things to ship in, maybe when it is time, sir.
Please, okay.
Because
okay.
Because I discovered that
yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, go ahead. We are listening.
Yes, I discovered that some people, after using bioenergized water for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they get healed, they get all what it takes,
Yeah.
they would like to abandon it or say again that they are not, it has already worked in their body. So I keep telling them that as you take your normal water every day, so is bioenergized water is applicable to your body cells.
Yeah.
So I think in this area, we might be facing challenges to our customers, to our people outside, that bioenergized water should be taken daily. Even after the illness, they should start taking it, not to stop taking it, sir.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you very much, Ayo Atiba. From Oshogbo, right? Or Ibadan? Ayo, you are from Ibadan, eh? Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, welcome. Now, that's a good one. You see, the lecture today was very rich because it is able to tell you that this is not just water.
Lagos.
In Lagos. Okay, good. So, some people, they take this water and they feel they are hooking up. Why? It is psychological. Some people, because of the cost. But do you know that somebody who is taking medication for high blood pressure or is taking medication for sugar, they keep taking that medication for as long as they live. When they go to the hospital, the doctor tells them that this medication, you're going to be taking it to. The patient will ask, how long am I going to be on this sugar drug, this glucophage, this Daolin? Say, no, keep taking it. So, and they accept the doctor's advice and they keep taking it. And as long as they are taking it, their blood pressure, doesn't go too high. And as long as they are taking it, their sugar, doesn't increase so much. All right. And now, if they tell you the cost of taking those drugs and the side effect of those drugs, but now an option is being given to you that instead of taking the chemical drug that harm the body, that's not friendly with the body, take water, our bioenergized water, as a replacement. Well, the doctor, I'm not your personal physician, but by the time you take bioenergized water for a longer time, you will discover that you may not need the drugs, one, in the quantity you were taking them before. Two, after some time, you may not need those drugs again because the effect of the bioenergized water has restored you to complete homeostasis, has restored you to a state of dynamic equilibrium. All right? So that is something that every one of us who are dealers, who are taking the bioenergized water, should realize that this bioenergized water has the capacity to restore you back to good health. Bioenergized water has the capacity to restore you back to homeostasis. It has the capacity to restore you back to state of dynamic equilibrium, where your health is at its topmost. All right. So that is a good one. That's a good one. So do we have any other questions or contributions? Or we go straight to testimonies about the bioenergized water. All right. So anyone? Anybody with questions, you can unmute yourself and speak, or what you do, you just signify.
Good afternoon, Dr. Aquili. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Oh, you are here.
I just came back from the bush.
Oh, great. You are welcome. Yes,
thank you very much.
That's our country manager, Engineer Lafer. All the way from the bush, he went to do some very important assignments, and he called me earlier on that he may not be able to meet up. But thank God he's here, with us. You are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Kabiesi.
Yes. So Kabiesi is there.
Yes, I can see.
Yes. Kabiesi, well done. That is from Kogi. Yes. Yes, Queen Okoro is joining us for the first time today. And he may have some questions. He's interested in the water. He may have some questions he wants to ask. Do you have any question?
Not really, sir. I've been using the water and it has been fantastic.
Oh,
wow.
Great. Tell us any testimony, any wonderful
Where
testimony.
is she calling from?
Yes,
Let's
I
have
had one. Yes, I had one. Oh, I'm Queen Okoro from Benin.
Yes.
Oh, excellent.
Yes, I had one testimony on Saturday. A woman that I introduced to, I did the quantum test for her, and she said she was complaining of money. After taking stage 1, I now told her about this. She said that they told her about this water some time ago. You know what? I said, did they tell you how to use it? And I lectured her, told her how to use it from the flyer and all that I was able to gather from the flyer. So she now said, okay, she will buy 1 carton and try it, which she did around February after the class when we went to Warri.
All right.
That was when I started dealing on it.
Okay.
So after some time, I didn't hear from her again. So one day she just called me and said, I beg, I don't get money. Oh. I for like buy your water. Oh. I remember anytime I take her, because she's fat. So I told her to work on her weight because she's complaining of arthritis and all of that thing. So and I told her this water can help you a lot. If you take it in the morning, even if you don't eat, that it has worked for me. I took it throughout the day. I didn't eat food. That 1 bottle just was my food. So I went to a place I couldn't come back early till night, and I couldn't eat. So that was what I now told. It's okay, I beg, give me the water. I know say this one when they take open church. So I know the queen reach out. I'm a church worthy. I stay from morning till night. I won't be. And the first day I did it, I almost fainted. But I don't have the water. I have to cover shame. I said, okay, don't worry. 1 month end, I will pay you. Yes. Okay. She now, I now gave to her. That was when she now told me that when she took it in the morning, she's an ulcer patient. To that throughout, she never felt. She was not hungry. She was not dizzy and all. And I thought that was even the beginning of the solution to the problem or your complaint. Yeah. So that at least that's one of the testimony. Even to me too, I use it for my eye. I'm using it for my children. They all believe in it. I need it to that mommy. That water day, my eye is failing me.
Yeah. So thank you, Okoro Queen from Benin City. Hello. Yeah, Okoro Queen. Hello. The network is okay. No wonder. Network is fluctuating. Somebody is disturbing us. All right.
Hey, Dr. Aquile, I want to be sure Doctor is hearing me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I want to ask Queen a few questions before I make a contribution to that testimony. Okay. Can I go ahead, sir?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you for the permission, sir.
Right.
Madam Queen, please, how did you get to know about the product?
Oh, I'm a student of Havila. I graduated from Havila Holistic Natural Medicine Academy in February. So I was there when the whole water
fantastic.
was introduced to us.
Okay, so you are also a colleague to Franca, right?
That's Franca.
Yes, we do together. We buy. She ordered for when we got.
Okay, because I'm aware.
So I bought from her. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Because I've been trying to reach her some days. We have not been able to talk. I wanted to find out this from her end. So please do extend my regards and greeting to her if she's not in the meeting.
Okay,
then,
no problem.
With regards to your testimony, I quickly want to point to one of the ways bioenergized water function, because I didn't dwell on that in our last meeting. You see, what bioenergized water does is this. The way bioenergized water will work in the system of somebody who is obese or that is a little bit, maybe shows that the person has weight. You get the picture I'm trying to paint.
Yes.
It's
different from the way the water will work in the body of somebody who is slim, you understand, or probably maybe that one can actually, maybe I want to term as an underweight person. This is how bioenergy work. Take for example, let's assume I'm fat. Maybe I'm about 80 to 90 kilograms. And I want to burn fat without doing exercise, without going through any rigor. Even with this water alone, when you take just half bottle of bioenergized water in the morning, what the water does is it goes into your system, begin to look for all those accumulated fats and whatever that can still be converted in form of nutrients. from those ones in your body that is responsible for all those accumulations that makes you to added up that weight. Bioenergized water will begin to release them into your bloodstream. And even though if you did not eat from morning till around maybe 4 or 5 o'clock, you are not going to go fast, because that will provide you enough energy that will sustain you. But it will work in a reverse way. Maybe in the body of somebody, if you have seen me before, I wouldn't know if you have seen me before.
Yes.
I'm trying to
know you.
figure out who is
You're very big.
Yes. There's one of these doctors that people recommended so much in Avila that is always there for the students.
Yes.
One doctor like that, who told me about him. He's one of the lecturers.
Yes.
So the man, or let's say like our prof, yes, Prof Adewoyi.
Yes.
I'm sorry to use Prof as an example. Prof, please.
He's not here.
Does the boy have your permission?
Yes.
If Prof drinks the water, because I have seen Prof before, if Prof takes maybe half bottle of bioenergized water, within a space of 15 to 20 minutes, it's going to boost up his appetite. You understand?
Yeah.
You begin to look for food everywhere. So I would just encourage us that you can go to our website, www.qebiotech.com, if you really want to know more.
Okay.
Because we can never exhaust explaining how bioenergized water functions for you. There are still so many things you're going to discover yourself. Thank you very much, Doctor. I'm grateful for your permission.
All right. Thank you for bringing in the technical aspect of our bioenergized water. We've just been trying to let people know that bioenergized water is not just water. So now for Lucy, in the other last meeting, you said one of the challenge you have is that customers come and say that this water is too expensive. This water is too expensive. Now, how will you not answer them by the time after this meeting now? How will you answer them? Lucy, are you there?
Okay. Yes, I'm here.
So how will you answer them now? From the training?
No, when they tell me that the water is expensive the past time, so I used to explain to them the benefits they will absorb from the water.
Okay.
So because of those benefits, they will buy the water from me. They will say, let me try. Many people buy one carton. Only one person is able to buy 4 cartons.
Okay. Okay.
At once. So, and I'm still waiting for their reply from the water.
Yes.
Yes, I'm waiting for the reply from now. How they use it? I told her to use the water, drink it slowly, and in the morning before food. And there's just I expressed to some of them how to use the water differently because of what acquire from them before giving them the water.
Okay, it's all right. I get it.
Then after this meeting, I will keep on telling them to buy. Yes.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay. Yes, go ahead. Where with you? Where with you?
Okay. So after this meeting, I'll keep on selling because they are still ordering the water.
Of course.
I'm almost sold up, so they are ordering the water. Okay. I have no problem because of the price. Because after encouraging them, they keep on buying.
Okay. All right. So with the nutrients in the water, you see that the water is not just like a common water, because we say just water. So you let them know that not just water, this is more than water. So that's the essence. That's what I wanted you to have in mind. You say, just water. No, this is more than water. With the minerals, with the ingredients I taught you today and their functions that are embedded in this water, that is enough for you to let them know that this is medicine. And you see, you talked about those people who just did sports, and after they finish with sport, they drink the water and they're able to gain their strength and stamina back immediately. That is the point. That is the energy aspect of the water. You know, that is the nutrient aspect of the water, you know, that it has to play. All right. So that is a very powerful one. That is a very powerful one. So how many of us are ordering? Because I know, Lucy, you've ordered once, you've not ordered again. When are you making your next order? When are you making your next order?
I'll order soon, maybe probably by next week.
Very good, very good. And Queen Okoro, when are you ordering? When is Fanta? You and Frank.
I will see you one-on-one. There's something I really need to discuss with you after this lecture.
Okay, great. We want more people to come in because there are thousands and one people who need this water, ladies and gentlemen. I am consumed with a passion to see people get well. And one of the simplest methods through which people can get well is to be able to hand them over a bottle of bioenergized water and let them take it daily. You will see that their medical bills will be cut by 50%, will be reduced by 50%. You discover that most of the challenges that they have or that is developing in them will start going down. Why? Because it is something that you take every day. We looked at the ingredient called zinc, and we saw that zinc cannot be stored in the body, but we have zinc in this particular bioenergized water as an ingredient there. So once you take zinc regularly, you discover that it is something you drink daily. We just we had a little challenge. I think we're back. Now, it's something that we drink daily. Now, because it's something that you drink daily, you are also able to have it daily, the zinc. And because it's something that you drink, it is liquid. You are taking medicine indirectly. You are having the perfect solvents to dissolve anything that is building up in your intestine, that is building up in your colon, that is building up in anywhere in your body. It's able to dissolve it and it's able to supply the nutrients that are needed in every part of the body. All right. So you have something that is what we call a complete therapy in the bottle. A complete therapy in the bottle. So I want to see that everyone, if you have ordered before, you are not ordering now, please sit up, create awareness, share the flyer. I mean, of us have flyer, the flyer that is in each carton, and each time you get the supply, you have flyers. You write your phone number there and share it. You are going to office, you are going anywhere, share it. You are going to the church, take this. Every of your church members need to have a flyer. I sell so much in my church. I supply my pastor. I don't sell to her. I supply my pastor, right? I supply my members of my church, and they keep coming. After taking one, carton, they come again for 2 cartons, 3 cartons, 4 cartons. So it's expanding. Let the game keep multiplying. Let your business start going. Let them start drinking to their health. It is a key way for you to help people get well and you to get well too, because financially your pocket will be cured from pocketitis. Pocketitis, inflammation of the pocket. All right. Pocket. All right. So it is a wonderful opportunity for everyone. We are just starting. We are going to take, because when we look at the statistics, the volume is still very low, and there are more people who need this. So, and the company is still on doing research on their part. And we have to now, on the marketing side, to push this product to every nook and cranny in our city for people to get to know this quality product that can reverse ill health in just one bottle. All right. So I can see our Oba Frederick Balogun from Kogi is one of the energized water. Oba, are you there? Oba Frederick, are you there? I guess you're not in the meeting. Was when we started. Busy man, for him to take time to do wonderful, and we are this, and I want to encourage every one of you to also do the same. His Royal Highness, are you? I can't find it there. All right. So what of Doctor from Uyo? Are you there? Alant, you are holding a new set. Is Doctor there? Okay, I can't find Doctor there now. He's ordering a new set, a new supply. More grease to enable. Okay. So we are going to have, we're coming to the close of the meeting, but we're going to have another meeting next week. We're going to have another meeting next week. Yes. Next week, we are trying to discuss the right time.
The colleague that joined us, I wouldn't know if he's there. Mr. Kolade?
Kolade, somebody came in, like you mentioned before, but whether he has left now, let me see if Kolade is there. No, Kolade is not here.
Kolade,
he came before, and it's like he left now. Yes, he was around in the beginning. Yes, he listened to the lecture. Yes, when we're on. Okay, so we want to choose, we want to change. We are trying to find opinion of everybody that when is the best time for people to connect so that we can get our prospects connected. Do we choose in the evening, like 7:30, 8 o'clock in the evening, and on the weekends, like Saturday or Sunday? I know Saturday or Sunday I have program in the evening. All right. So do we choose other working days in the evening? Maybe suggestion. Lucy has already suggested for us. But Lafayette, Engineer Lafayette, what do you think?
you know I'm the rep.
Yes. Yes, that's true.
So I'm always there.
Yeah,
anytime that.
Yes.
Your top is looking so beautiful.
Yes, Lucy. What of Okoro Queen? We're not seeing you. Okoro Queen, what time do you think is good for this meeting? The purpose of this meeting is actually to reach forth to more people that you want them to be interested in the use of the bioenergized water, so that when they are connected, they'll be able to know more about the bioenergized water, and some of them can start using it. Like you saw the benefits now. You're able to know that this is just not ordinary water. It is one water of its kind, the complete therapy in the bottle. So once they come in, they hear testimonies, they see the water, and they cannot be interested to want to buy. All right, they want to come into it. So all your clients, all your prospects, you add them to the group. Then we want to choose a time that we can do the presentation. And the presentation time, do we say 30 minutes, 1 hour, the 1 hour okay, or we should reduce it to 30 minutes? And the time, do we say in the afternoon or in the evening? So Lucy has suggested already. Okoro Queen, what do you think?
I should suggest evening around. Well, most of them, all my clients, they are working.
Okay.
And they're in the office most of the time. Maybe from let's say 6:37 in the evening. I like today, Thursday now. Weekday is still okay. They're in the evening.
Okay. Now
I'm here today because I didn't go to the office.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm able to join now. Yeah.
Now in the evening, 6:30 is risky. Some people are closing at that time. They are going home. Some people are preparing. They are preparing.
Okay, that's true.
So, the best will be 8.
Dinner is true.
Yes. So the best.
Can I suggest?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, Lucy. Lucy is suggesting something.
If I should suggest 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, I think is okay. I'm thinking because and it should be Friday.
It should be Friday.
8 o'clock. Yes, people maybe that time people have come back from work.
Okay.
Maybe taking some and
okay.
Up.
Okay, that's you have a point. Do we agree with that? What of Papalogo? Are you there? Because I know you may want to add some people to the group who want to listen to the lecture too.
Sorry, I guess there is also one man, I'm seeing him, Mr. Mowoipo. I don't know where he's coming from.
Yeah, okay, Paul is from Warri. What is the name you saw?
I saw Mowoipo, something like that.
Mowoipo. Okay.
Ceiling, this, I can only see the ceiling of the...
Okay. Why is it that way? I'm not even seeing that person. Okay, let me go to the my list whether I can see him. But you can speak. They are calling your name, Paul. If you are there, can you speak? Let us know. You are unmute yourself and speak. Okay, Oba Frederick, you are there. His Royal Highness, are you there? Okay, well, we can.
Are you there?
Okay, I think with the discussions we've had, it's enough for us to take our final decision on the time. So let's look at Friday, because Saturday and Sunday Zoom meeting is very plenty for me. So Friday, since I must be around, Friday will be good. And our manager, of course, is always available. This is his full-time job. Okay. So let's say next week, Friday, by 8 p.m. Next week. So what we need to do is to remind our prospects, send them the link, talk to them, especially the key ones who you know they need the product, they need the water. All right. So we've not had time from everyone here. I think we are dealers. We've not had time also to discuss how we can expand our sales, how we expand our strategy for expanding our sales. Is very, very important. We can use our email collection. We can send invites to our prospect via email. We can use Facebook advertisement. We can use Facebook advert, you know, and with good caption. We can use Facebook advert. Let us go ahead to advertise these wonderful products that we have. We can use online, like right now, this Zoom is an opportunity, sharing information. That is the essence, okay? So I really want us to go ahead to
okay, that my guy is back.
Yes, he's back now. Yes.
I would like to hear from him.
Okay, sir. I can see it's written there, Moto. You are just joining us, sir. Are you there?
That's Madam Dorcas.
That is Madam Dorcas. Okay, okay. Yes, Dorcas, you are welcome. And that is the husband. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's like, can you hear me, Dorcas?
Or maybe it's not Madam Dorcas. Maybe I'm mistaken.
She's the one. I can see her face. It's connecting for her. All right. So these are the decisions. We are going to come on air next week, Friday, God willing. Wow, Friday, 8 p.m. I have Havila training taking place this Saturday till next Saturday, and it is 7:30 in the evening to 8:30 in the evening.
Wow.
So it means it can work.
Because you are very important.
That
also
is true.
Yes.
So let's see how we can adjust our schedule to accommodate.
So except Lafayette,
if I may suggest,
but Lafayette can handle it, and I join him after I finish. Maybe I finish the school program by 8:30. So if you start by 8, and we are running up by 8:30, after 8:30 I join. Lafayette can handle. He will teach for that 30 minutes before I come on board.
Okay.
Yeah, it's possible. You can raise the. So what will happen? I can make you a co-host, or you be the one to generate the meeting and send the link to the platform. I think you can do that. It's not too.
Is that right?
It's not difficult. All right. So let it be so. Not because of Havila training, we must cancel it. We have started it and let it keep going. People are excited. They want to hear about something that help them solve their health problem. Health is a big challenge. And if you have something like this bioenergized water, It's not something that you should keep too long. It's not something that you should hide. You should bring it to the mountaintop for people to see. Okay, so let us get people in, invite people in. And before the time, 30 minutes before the time, remind the people. Try to send message to them, a text message, a reminder that we are going to be on in 30 minutes time. Some people, they forget because they're carried away with one thing or the other. But health is the principal thing. Health is the foundation for success in life. Without health, wealth cannot hold. It is health that holds wealth. If health is lost, wealth becomes useless.
Wealth is gone. Yes.
Number two, if you cannot become a king, become the physician. If you cannot become a king, become the physician. As a distributor or a consultant to bioenergized water, you can become an hydrotherapist or an hydrophysician. As a hydrophysician, people will look for you. Note, I said, if you cannot become a king, become the physician. The physician that people are looking for, right? Because once you appear with your bioenergized water, people start getting well. Okay, so they will look for you. Your testimonies will go around. So that is the last word I have for every one of us. If you cannot become a king, become the hydrophysician. God bless you. And I want to say have a wonderful rest of the afternoon. And next week we are going to be having the program. Okay, we're going to be having it, and Lafayette will be hosting. All right. Nice having you on this program today. God bless you.
Hello, Madam Dorcas. Madam Dorcas.
We worship you, Lord, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Oh, so great you are, doing marvelous things. Everything about you.
All right. Have a nice day. Bye.